Unlock the door, bitch. I'm on my way, and I got chicken strips.
I don't know why they call them chasers. It's not like Chubs can run real fast.
Double vodka with hot brownie chasers.
She just wanted to watch me eat it. Naked.
I can't say that. That's dirty.
Chasers will do anything to get into your pants. I love them.
Stop it! Stop!
Oh,
God! Chubs gone wild.
Well, good morning, kind of, sort of, in a roundabout way, and welcome to another Chubs Gone Wild. This is episode 563, recorded on Monday, October 7th, 2024. And let us take just a quick moment of reflection to remember all the people that were brutalized and killed, et cetera, on this day in a year ago. And the conflict ensues still today. All right. Let's get into it being 100 degrees and sunny in Chubland with a heat advisory for the next 2 days. And it is, October 7th, and it's 100 degrees. I don't ever remember this. Like, we've been in the 80s before at this point, but never.
Well, it should be in the 80s at this point.
Yeah. I'm
Because
not liking it.
we tend to have Indian summer. I'm not sure if I have to say
I
indigenous
don't know
people
if they still
summer.
call it late summer. I don't know.
But the Indian summer referred to a hot September and October.
Right.
A continuation of the summer weather. But that was always, 80s, high 80s during the day, but it was cool at night, which is still cool at night, but this 100's just dumb.
Ugh, it's awful.
And now we got a hurricane that's forming on its own in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, which, by the way, Marjorie Taylor Greene says the federal government has a weather machine that's making this stuff, and there's people that are believing it.
Well, I mean, they're believing the Jewish space lasers and all sorts of other stuff. Because
now, if there was actually a weather machine, wouldn't Trump have already known about that and used it to prevent hurricanes?
And what's his big
and
idea
tornadoes and droughts and it's all just bullshit.
Yep. But of course, his big idea is, can't we nuke the storms?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's coming into Florida. Nuke it. Try it out. See how that works for you.
Yeah. I mean, granted, DeSantis is down there and, he's stormy, but whatever. Anyway, I did look it up just now so that we both know, and the American Meteorological Society, the AMS, recommends using the term second summer instead of Indian summer. That way it can be more respectful to the Native American people. So.
No, it's about the Indians from India.
Girl. Well, anyway, but now we know it's second summer, kind of like second breakfast. Yeah. All right. It is 14 days till Thanksgiving in Canada, 24 days until Halloween. It's sneaking up on us so quickly, actually. Now that it's here, it's like going. It's 52 days till Thanksgiving, Tom's favorite holiday, and 72 days until Christmas. And
that's so weird that it's
9 days till Christmas.
I mean, Halloween and then is 24 days away, and then Halloween to Thanksgiving is more than that. It seems, because Thanksgiving's late in November this year, because it's the 28th. So
yeah,
but it's that number was just throwing me off there for a second, but I'm better now.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking forward to all of it, but it is October 7th, and I have only put up a few of my Halloween decorations. And then kind of
I've got all mine up.
the one pumpkin.
No, there's a wreath on the front door,
Oh, that's nice.
but it's
Never
fall.
done that. Yeah,
It's not really a pumpkin
Halloween.
or
Yeah.
Halloween. Yeah, it's
Now,
although
go ahead.
they had uh, eating pumpkins
Oh,
available over at one of the grocery stores. So I think I'm going to get some pumpkins and and not make pumpkin pie or anything like that because that's gross. But
yeah.
I'm talking about because I like squash. Like the there's
Yeah.
the hard pumpkiny like squashes that are out there. You bake those and they taste so good, and
Yeah.
you don't have to put marshmallow and brown sugar on top of them either. They're fine without that.
I forget who it was, but last year, someone in my sphere, most likely probably Lawrence, made squash, and it was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so now, so are you planning to get a pumpkin this year?
If I'm maybe to eat it,
Okay, so it's
but
just for eating. Yeah, I don't know. I always feel guilty about it because it just usually ends up like rotting even before Halloween anymore. So
well, that's because you cut it open.
no, I haven't. I did a couple years ago, but last year I didn't. Oh, you know what? Last year I have these witch's legs and I stuck them on the pumpkin and then I stuck like some sort of ears or something on the top of it and but yeah, it rotted within days after that. So it was
Well, because you have to stick those things into it, right?
yeah.
So you
Yeah.
start the rotting process right there. So because
Yeah.
you can keep a regular pumpkin all through. I remember one year I had some pumpkins and I think I had a couple pumpkins, and I didn't carve them, so they
Mhm.
lasted through Halloween. I used them as decorations for Thanksgiving, and for Christmas Eve, I carved pumpkins and put them out on the front porch. One was a Christmas tree, and
Oh.
I think the other one it might have also been a Christmas tree. It was on both sides of the porch.
Hmm.
So, and I lit those on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day or Christmas
Oh.
night. And it was kind of cool. And I didn't have anybody try to come and get like Christmas cookies or anything.
Oh, Christmas cookie. Oh, you know what? So Mr. Lurie Dean brought us a box of, oh gosh, I don't remember the brand name, but it was these gingerbread cookies, and some were covered in chocolate and then dark chocolate, and then others had like just the glaze, but they were like little ones like this, and they were so soft, and then some of them had a crunch but were soft, and it was so good. I'll send you the name of it if you like. Do you like gingerbread?
Well, ginger snaps, sure.
Yeah. So these were I think you would like these a lot. So I will send you the brand name of them so that you can see them. And if you come across them, grab some because these were like the best gingerbread cookies I have ever had. So, all right. Let's talk about Patreon. Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like special podcasts, videos, books, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons: Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Star, Sage from the Universe, Eric, Sean, Charles, Phoenix Dave, Brother Sinitas, Kingsley, Kathy Bacon, and Moose P. And please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame to find out how you can support some of our creative endeavors. All right. Well, today's affirmation, uh-oh, I did not set it. It's or forget it. One moment, please. Here we go. Today's affirmation. I enjoy living this day, and then I bless it with love and release it. I don't know. I like to hold on to things, but mostly negative emotions. So, Anyway, well, today in history, on October 7th, 1985, Lynette Woodward, captain of the gold medal winning U.S. Olympic women's basketball team in 1984, becomes the first female player for the Harlem Globetrotters. Less than 5 months. Oh, and then a separate thought here. Less than 5 months after Great Britain, the United States, and France established the Federal Republic of Germany in West Germany, the Democratic Republic of Germany is proclaimed within the Soviet occupational zone. Criticized by the West as an unautonomous Soviet creation. Anyway, that's basically how East Germany was formed. With the Wilhelm Pitt was named East Germany's first president. So there you go. And now, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. And we all know how that went. All right. Well, let's see if we celebrate any, excuse me, holidays today. I got my flu shot today, by the way. Surprise. So let's see if we celebrate any holidays other than that. It is bathtub day. You hate baths.
Because they're dangerous.
Oh, okay. I love them, but well, anyway, I haven't had one in a long time. Showers only. Womp womp. It's blue shirt day. Wait a minute. Well, this is kind of grayish, but there's some blue in it. Also, Child Health Day. Day of Unity. We are united. National Chocolate Covered Pretzel Day. You like chocolate covered pretzels?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I do. I do. You know, as long as it's not dark chocolate. National Consignment Day.
You know, what's really fun to do at the holidays is get a thing of white chocolate, melt it down in the microwave, and then dip pretzels halfway, little pretzels, the little,
Oh,
and
yeah.
dip them halfway in, and then dunk them in sprinkles and then dry them, and they make great little giveaways.
That is a really good idea. I would eat them all, but that is a really good idea. All right, National Consignment Day, National Flower Day. There's flowers, yay. Forgiveness and happiness. I'm waiting.
For
You
what?
given anyone lately? I've been happy with anyone lately.
Happy, yes. Forgiven, never.
Oh, okay. National Frappe Day or National Frapp Day, Nephi. Also, it's National Inner Beauty Day. Well, we both have that, so we've celebrated. National LED Light Day. Yeah, okay. Propane, Team Margot Stem Cell, and Bone Marrow Registration Day. Okay. Architecture, World Habitat Day, and You Matter to Me Day, which I've celebrated because you do matter to me.
Yeah, I haven't celebrated that today.
Yeah, it'll get there when Sean comes home. All right, let's see. National birthdays. Well, I guess international birthdays. We'll see. Happy birthday to Edris, Thomas, Randy, John, and here we go. Angela, Lowell, Autumn, Bob, Carl, Tash, Thomas, and Sweden. Yeah. Jeffrey, former publisher of MGW magazine. We have Lee, Roberta, Tom. Oh, that's kind of a posthumous birthday. We have Holly, Marin, Greg, and of course, Holly, because Holly is so important that she needs the two different. Anyway, but hello, Holly. Happy birthday. She used to be of the shit podcast. No, something to do with smell. Oh, you're mean. We're mean because you're stupid, I think is what it was called. That was a long time ago. All right, what we got next here? Coming up quickly, we have a studio dog barking because they heard a noise, and I have a feeling that will be happening again here shortly. We have nothing in our feed bag, sadly. We hope Sean's doing okay. And how about Chub Hugs? You got something there?
Well, my niece just passed her test for well, whatever the test is to become an RN. So
That's awesome. That's a lot of work.
yeah,
Great.
yeah, and she didn't do a like a push through one like a lot of people are doing now instead of doing but she actually went to the college and did like 3 or 4 years of nursing school. So
Wow.
yeah, so that's cool.
That is really cool. Yeah. For me, Chub Hug, I'm gonna give a Chub Hug out to everybody at the doctor's office this morning, but I will tell you why in my week. Let's do this. And let's see. So those are our Chub Hugs. Let's get into the news. Pennsylvania's Southwestern School District sparked outrage by installing windows in restrooms designated for transgender students, allowing passers-by to peer in. The district previously attempted to appease both trans students and anti-trans activists by creating 5 separate restrooms based on assigned gender, gender identity, and a neutral option. The recent addition of windows costing over $8,700 was justified by the board as a way to increase privacy and oversight. Huh. Parents and students criticized the move as an intimidation tactic aimed at deterring transgender students from using the facilities. Many see this as a part of their broader anti-LGBTQ agenda.
I don't understand it. What windows for what?
I have no fucking clue, honestly.
Allowing passengers to peer in to a
Yeah,
bathroom?
passersby just to see in the bathroom.
Is this the stalls or the bathroom itself? Because bathroom, there's been windows in bathrooms forever. I mean, not to the point of where you can see into a stall. I don't know.
Yeah,
These fucking people are just so disturbed. Did you
yeah,
hear the latest? Some idiot in Oklahoma wants to put Bibles in every classroom, even though they're not supposed to do that kind of shit.
yeah.
And but they only want to use the Trump Bibles. So instead of
Right.
a $3 Bible in every room, they're going to have $60 Bibles in every room, and Donald Trump makes another $1 zillion because this idiot thinks that's I don't know. I'm just so
I
fucked up. They're just bullshit.
It
Okay.
is. He's nuts. All right. Hung Kao, the Republican candidate for Virginia's U.S. Senate seat, blamed low military recruitment on the use of drag queen in military promotion efforts during a debate with Senator Tim Kaine, who is a Democrat, a Navy veteran endorsed by Donald Trump. Kao claimed that alpha males and females are needed to win wars, not drag performers. He was likely referring to Joshua Kelly, a non-binary Navy service member who participated in a social media campaign, recruitment campaign. Critics, including Democratic groups, have condemned Cao's remarks as bigotry, and military recruitment challenges are linked to multiple factors beyond diversity initiatives. Of course, in the same speech, apparently this guy said something about them eating intestines or something. It was weird. Anyway, so enough about that. Let's cheer ourselves up with some. Oh wait, no. It's time for celebrity deaths.
Well, what's interesting about the celebrity deaths? Most of these took place the day after we recorded. So these were mostly Tuesday.
Hmm.
It was crazy. It's just been because the week before they were like Sunday, Monday, and now it's Tuesday last week. It was just anyway. Okay, so and because I keep watching every day, and it's like, okay, so no deaths today to report, thank goodness. But
Yeah.
anyway, so the first one up was Pete Rose. Pete Rose, Major League Baseball all-time hit leader, who was banned from baseball for betting on his own sports.
Yeah.
Well, he died at 83. He's still not in the Hall of Fame, and I don't know if they ever will let him.
Yeah, I think he was
And
banned from that, but
well, he was. Well, he's banned from all baseball,
right.
but still, I think now that he's dead, they're not even going to bother. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not. Why do that? That's just kind of actually more cruel than anything.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, I had kind of a little crush on him when I was a kid.
Who
So,
didn't you? Really,
oh,
seriously. Okay.
Kung Tao. Anyway.
Another one. Well, I don't know. It sounds like he could be interesting.
Oh, that name just got to me.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay. Sorry.
next up we had another Broadway death,
Mm,
and this one was another big one. Ken Page, he
mm.
died at 70. He was in The Wiz, Ain't Misbehavin'. He was the original Deuteronomy from Cats,
Oh.
and a lot of people are going to be like, well, I'm not really sure that is, but then he did do the voice of Oogie Boogie
Mhm.
in Nightmare Before Christmas, so now everyone knows who he is.
Yes.
Okay, up after that was American Picker star Frank Fritz. He died at 60 years old, which seems very young. 2 years after suffering from a debilitating stroke. So, 60 years old. Robert Watts, who was the producer of Star Wars and Indiana Jones, dies at 86. I'm sure he died at a very rich 86,
Yeah.
considering, those two. So he obviously worked with George Lucas. Good Times star John Amos died at 84. And, I say Good Times, but the man's been in everything. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah. Root.
Roots,
Yeah.
and remember he was the original weatherman on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Yes, I saw a picture of that. I was
So
surprised.
Sam Strangus, who was the producer of CSI and Happy Days, he died at 95. I'm sure also a very wealthy man.
Yeah.
And then finally, Ron Hale, sorry, from Ryan's Hope. I think he was also in General Hospital. He was an actor. He died at 78 years old. So,
Wow.
and I checked before we came on, and nobody's died.
That's good. Let's hold on to some of these people.
So,
Yeah.
so now that we're done with that, let's go over and see what Tom has about his week.
Yes.
Well, my week, let's see, Murders in Our Building, they did a multi-camera episode where it wasn't the standard one camera following, characters. They had somebody's been watching them, so they have cameras in their building and in their apartments that have been watching all their moves. So somebody's, but and so they also had a couple characters that are working for the movie that they're doing, who were also filming everything as well. So there's all these different camera angles, and it was an interesting episode. Just because season 4 they're trying to do something a little different.
Yeah.
Are you watching it at all?
No,
Oh, it's funny
I haven't
because
watched any of it.
well, last season Paul Rudd was on, but he got murdered,
Oh.
and so this season he shows up as his stuntman. So
Okay.
that was kind of fun. I thought that was clever.
Yeah.
On Big Brother, Mackenzie, she became HOH again. She puts up Regina in chemo. Um, she ends up winning also winning the veto. Doesn't change her who's up, and chemo goes to the jury house. It's been weird because they either started this Survivor season too soon, or they started Big Brother too late. But they're not playing on Wednesdays anymore, because it used to be Big Brother would do its big finale and then Survivor would be on right after that, their premiere.
Yeah.
And so Survivor's been on a few weeks now, and so we're not getting any Big Brother on Wednesday. It's now Thursday double episode. Well, a double wide episode.
I heard that
Um,
Survivor's not that interesting this year.
well, we don't have any. It's very early on. First of all, they've actually lost somebody from each of the tribes.
Hmm.
So usually it's like one tribe just gets demolished,
Mhm.
but this season it's been, and so it's usually whichever tribe is going to lose the competition and lose somebody that night. They're usually concentrating on that particular tribe. So it's been hard to um, keep build up villains, I
Mm.
guess.
Okay.
So I think it's the timing right now.
Hmm.
RuPaul's Drag Race Global All Stars. Norway finally goes home. She's been in the bottom, week after week after week. Now you're watching this, right? No,
Yeah.
no, not yet. Okay. Um, and I say unfairly because Kitty lost. I'm sorry, she lost the lip sync. She absolutely lost it.
Hmm.
She was a little funnier, but she didn't do a better lip syncing job. But and I know that they want Kitty to stay in the competition. So I thought that was
Shady.
yeah, a little shady.
Okay.
Um, okay, so and the episode was about, they brought in the six queens that have already gone home. They brought them back, and the queens had to do their makeup in the same. Okay, the current queens had to do these queens with the current queen's makeup, so they had to
Hmm.
make sisters out of them. And some of the girls did really really well, and Kitty did not. Hers was the worst, absolutely the worst, and then her lip sync was okay. Um, anyway, I'm still angry about that. See, Survivor, Ayesha, she goes home, whatever. We already discussed that a little bit. I'd start a new show called Last Bite Hotel over on Max with Titus Burgess from Kimmy Schmidt, and Broadway. He did Sebastian, the original Sebastian in Little Mermaid on Broadway. So
Okay.
love him. He's really funny, very talented. Uh, it's so far it's just kind of another cooking show, but half the people on the cook, there's only 8 contestants. Half of them have come from Iron Chef. I'm not Iron Chef, Top Chef. Another 2 came from Guy Fieri land, Flavortown, and the other 2 are like new. So I thought that was interesting, and I think those are the first 2 that went home as well, as a matter of fact. So um, let's see. We started watching this new show called Tracker over on CBS.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought we saw a preview, and we're kind of waiting on Lisbeth, and we're waiting on uh, Madlock, and not everything started. So I figured these have got a few episodes from last season before their new season starts. So we started that, and enjoyed it. Let's see. Started another new show on Netflix called Nobody Wants This with Kristen Bell, and she's a podcaster. Yuck. But she's a podcaster, and she meets this rabbi, and for some reason it's like a thing, and I'm not sure why. It's like I'm not sure where they want the story to go. I'm just not
Mhm.
sure. It seems like they've got a bit of a gimmick going on, and I'm not sure what the gimmick is.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Oh, where am I? Oh, there I am. Okay. More out there crimes of the paranormal over on Hulu. It was the New Jersey Witch. Boring.
Mm.
Next up was Golden Bachelorette. It was a solo date to Vegas, which was It was kind of fun. They spent most of the time in their room dancing around, and then Wayne Newton shows up, and that was kind of weird.
Wayne Newton?
And then and then then on the big date, with all the guys, they played kickball. With kickball where you do it around the baseball diamond.
Shirtless?
You wouldn't these
Okay.
no, they're old.
I
But the thing was,
Hmm.
they were falling, they were,
Oh,
tumbling over. One guy slid into third base, and boy, that night they're coming back. The losing team went back to the house. Oh, we need ice. Oh my God. Oh, it was like
oh,
it was almost cruel, is what it was.
oh,
Yeah. So let's see. We finished up the circle this week,
oh.
and the circle ended up being won by Gianna, who is the twin New Jersey boys playing Gianna, one of the guy's girlfriend. But they were fun, but oh my God, they almost went home. They almost went home the person that went home, but they had a special power that saved them from going home.
Hmm.
And so, but it was actually a pretty good season. If I remember right, most of the finalists were, yeah, three out of the five finalists were catfish. So, which always makes it a little more fun. Not that it matters. A loyal catfish is still a good loyal player for you. I did watch the second episode of The Floor, the Rob Lowe game show,
Yeah.
and at least they had some interesting categories.
Hmm.
So but it's like, I kind of want to just watch the last episode and see who wins. That's it. Culinary Class Wars, which is the Korean show over on Netflix. First of all, they're holding off on the last two episodes. I don't know when they're coming out, probably this week sometime, but it's pissing me off. But the thing that really bothers me about the show is I've never seen such poor editing. And what I mean
Really?
by that is they're showing, like, when the contestant, well, the newbies are going against these, celebrity chefs. Some of the celebrity chefs are already out, yet when the next round starts, they're still sitting there.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
continuity is way off,
Yeah.
and they've done it a lot, because I'm like, okay, are they keeping these people around for a reason? Oh, and then I started figuring out this is just poor editing.
And I hate that.
Yeah. Grotesquerie, which is the new show over on Netflix. No, it's Hulu on Hulu, with um the lady from Reno 911. Nisi Leaks, is that it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so, but I love her.
Well, this week they had episodes three. They released three and four. I'm not sure why they're releasing them like that, but they are. And on the episode three, Travis Kelsey his character starts. Now, this is Taylor Swift's boyfriend, is
Mhm.
in the show. He's an actor, and he's actually okay in it.
Huh.
And but so handsome, such a handsome man.
Yeah. Mm.
And then I've watched a bunch of scary movies. I don't, well, not a bunch of a few, and then one other one. But first one I watched was Apartment 7 over on Paramount Plus, which is basically Julia Gardner, or from Ozarks. She's it's a reboot of Rosemary's Baby.
Mm.
So that was kind of fun, and but not great, but good. It was okay. It was okay. Um, I did watch Hocus Pocus
Yeah.
over on Disney. I'm not going to do the Halloween Town again. I did all of them once, and I'm done now for that. I mean, it's okay, but I really have to be in I feel like an 8-year-old kind of mood to watch them.
I understand.
Then a show called Wolves, which you think, oh, Wolves, that sounds scary. It was actually Brad Pitt and George Clooney. They play cleanup fixers over on Apple TV,
Mm.
and what happens is they both get called in on the same the death, and now they to clean up the same death. They had two different people call them. One person, the person who was there for the death, called them, but the hotel that the death happened in called them as well. So called one of each. So then they said, well, you two need to figure this out and work this out together because that's your job. And so it's kind of uh, a little romp trying to figure out how they're going to cover up this murder, or actually not murder, accidental death, but still prominent person is in the room when this death happens and they've got to cover it up. Okay. Then finally, I watched the new Salem's Lot over on Max. And it was, well, first of all, Salem's Lot has never been one of my favorite of the King books. It was just the second one that came out. So that's why it was always talked about, because it didn't get lost in the shuffle. But it's uh, same, story. This writer, of course, shows up in town at the same time that these foreigners show up from Transylvania or someplace, and everyone starts dying. And yeah, same. I mean, there was nothing new to the story because I remember the story very well, and it was okay. I mean, it was okay. It was entertaining, and I think people who haven't seen the original one, which I always thought was kind of a dog kind of show. I mean, it did have David Soul in it, but you know, it was just to me the story and the show itself have always just been okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've never seen it.
yeah, it's yeah, it's I
Okay.
mean, yeah, it did move very quickly. And when I say it moved very quickly, I mean the story did. It's like, oh, this is really kind of bland, and then all of a sudden, oh wow, the whole town's been taken over already. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. I thought it took a little longer in the original or in the book, but maybe not. It's been a while. So
Hmm.
now mutual shows that we watched, English teacher, and this,
Yes.
yes, the English teacher. And I've gone on from my page. What happened on this one?
So this is the one where the Red Badge of Courage essays were so bad
Oh, that's right.
he flunked them and then ended up being with Lauren Boebert. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. The the teacher, well, the mother who tried to get him in trouble on the first episode also has another son who's in his class, and she's not going to deal with him failing her son, and tries to turn the whole school on him. The funny, very funny in the classroom where she's sitting in the classroom with a guy who's evaluating his teaching,
Yeah.
ability. As irritating as that was, it was super funny. So yeah, I thought it was a really good episode, and as much as I hate Lauren Boebert in this, which is
Uh-huh.
not Lauren Boebert, everybody, it's just a woman who's acts like she is.
Yep.
She's really good.
She is. She the actress did great. They wrote her part really well. She was annoying, and yet in a way you could almost kind of feel a little bit for her. Very little, but a
Yeah,
little.
yeah,
Um,
she'll
yeah,
definitely get a nomination for guest on a comedy, guest star in a comedy
right.
next season. I guarantee you she will. It's that good. Let's see, Agatha all along.
Yeah, this was the episode where they went back, they dressed like the 70s, and it was basically a 70s tribute. And I guess they really aren't bringing back Mrs. Hart.
Yeah,
That's sad because I love that character. And of course, I also, well, I love the lesbian overtones. I love the whole 70s thing. It was nice to see what's his name without that hair. Um, but it was a fun, just a fun episode. I didn't,
it was not my favorite episode.
yeah,
Uh,
it laid there a little bit. I mean, compared to the others, it was not.
Well,
up to that par, but still, it
I
was
mean,
good.
what the shows come down to is we're doing a challenge each week on the road to the Witches Road to Harlem or something. I don't know where they're going.
They're going to so that it'll bring back their powers. They all get like a wish if they complete everything, and
Oh, okay.
so
So, but yeah, it's just so this was a little goofier, but then it wasn't. It was weird. We had
yeah,
a lot of things happening. So,
yeah.
still, I look forward to next week's or this week's
This was kind of
episode.
like the episode of subtext where we kind of get the
Well,
past stuff
yeah, no,
going on.
what we got was this was the episode where they all sit around and talk about what's happened to them.
Mhm.
I call it the Matt Burlingame shove it in the middle of a play to as filler.
I need a
Um,
transition scene. Let's do it.
yes,
Yes. So I was wondering where you were going with that, but yes, that is quite true. Yes.
yeah, and it was even a campfire, wasn't it? At one
Uh,
point,
yeah.
yeah. So very much like you. Okay, let's see. Great British baking show.
Yeah.
This week was it was biscuits, which meant cookies. Well,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but what I thought was interesting was the fainting during the episode.
They were dropping like flies. They're just like, yeah.
It was it. I don't remember them saying it was hot.
Actually, it was raining at one point.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah. So
so.
I think it was all nerve. Well, the one guy, the older guy, I mean, he seemed like he was having some sickness going on or something. So that's why he finally
Well,
dropped
remember
out.
he wasn't on the first episode.
Yeah, he did like one bake and then stepped out.
Yeah.
So,
So,
and then the other woman, when she fainted, I think hers was just flat out nerves. I think she was just so nervous, but we'll find out on the next episode, I'm sure. But and then the other guy just fell off his seat, but still, it's like another one's down. So, I thought, I mean, I was surprised that the guy didn't win. I mean, he got, during the showstopper, he got a handshake from Paul while he was at the showstopper. He's like, "This is the best thing we've ever seen in a tent," and yet he
yeah,
win. I
it
was a little surprised at that.
it seemed shady.
Yeah,
This
but
is just as like the kitty thing on RuPaul.
right. But I mean, I wasn't opposed to the person that won. They did a decent job, but yeah, I there were some hard bakes on this one. Like stuff was just not coming together, especially that theater thing. So I don't know, but I'm enjoying it. And this is like last year, I had to kind of push myself to watch it a little bit, and this time I'm looking forward to every episode. So
Yeah, but I don't think I really have a boyfriend this season.
yeah, I know. Like they're all just a little like they're cute, but they're just not boyfriend material. I thought you would go for the one that fell off his seat because he's got that beautiful dramatic like
Yeah, but
Egyptian features and
yes, it's
yeah.
like I'm sure that if he takes off his shirt, I'll be gasping.
Oh hell yeah. Especially with
But
little hair going on.
yeah, well, because look at his arms.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like yeah,
I think the
still
I think the big Slovenian woman, whatever
I
her name,
love her.
she is funny.
I love her. She's yeah, she's we used to it was always like she would that type of woman was always well
Uh,
I used to be a coach for gymnastics in my country, but now
yeah.
I bake now, so
She's
that's
perfect. I think that it'd be fun for her to take over for whatever host leaves next. I think she'd do great. Anyway, and then well, and I guess that was it. Now, I guess Moose had recommended a movie to us, and now he's saying, "Oh no, 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 you don't need to watch that." I don't know what I was thinking. So I don't know. Now I want to watch it just to watch it.
okay.
But anyway, all right. So I think that's everything that we're watching together currently. You haven't started Rings of Power. You're
and
probably not
won't.
gonna watch it. Okay, it did end. This was the last episode of,
Well, yeah, that's how it ends. Is
well,
it's the
the
last
last
episode.
episode of season 2.
Yeah, because you still got
Yeah.
2 more seasons.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. But before I get into that, so I had a doctor appointment this morning, and I went in, and they uh, took a little bit of time to get me back there. And then when I got back there, I was back there for quite a long time because they had an emergency up front. I heard somebody rush back on the other side, where all the doctor's area is. And I just heard somebody yell, Dr. Hubbard, we need you. And then Dr. Hubbard ran, I could hear him run past, and he's like, if it's that dire, call 911. And then like nothing for like 45 minutes or so. And then finally the doctor came in, and he said, I am so sorry I had to wait. And I said, well, it sounded like there was quite a kerfuffle. And he said, yeah, somebody in the lobby actually died, but we were able to bring them back. And I was like, well, congratulations. I mean, that's amazing. And so I was expecting it to be kind of one of those doctor appointments where, you're kind of shamed because you haven't been doing exactly everything that you're supposed to have done. But it wasn't like that at all. I have an amazing doctor, and he's very positive, and he's very now, and he's very with it. And he actually told me that I am very medically literate, which was a huge compliment. I glow at my beautiful, handsome, gay doctor's compliments. I just do. I'm sorry. Uh, he's amazing. Anyway, but I did get my flu shot. I am in decent health. Things are good, but just moving along. Still have to do that colonoscopy thing, of course. But they had lost my referral again, so they're working on that again as well. So I'll let you know next week if I had any flu shot reaction. Okay, so
Well,
I did.
I actually had a reaction to my flu shot, my COVID shot.
Now you had them both together. I
Yeah.
wanted mine both together, but they're not doing the COVIDs at the clinic anymore. You have to go out for that.
Just hit CVS. That's where I went.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I'm gonna do.
so what happened was she did it on both on one arm, which was
Mhm.
fine, but both both places um, ended up with, let's say, like a liter bottle, the bottom of a liter bottle,
Hmm.
a circle, a completely round circle around the shot area of
Wow.
both of them. So they
Huh.
were so I because Sean took a picture of it, and it was like there's these, it's like balloons on either side of my tattoo, and it was like,
Oh,
that is so weird. And they lasted for a few days. I
wow.
mean, it was kind of tight, and it didn't hurt, but it was just weird.
Yeah,
But I never have had a reaction from flu shot or COVID shot. Any other more than just entry pain.
right. Yeah, I my first, well, my first a long time ago, I had a flu shot, and it kind of did that. Only it sent like these kind of red trails from the area. It was weird, but yeah, huh. Well, I'll be watching for that, and I'll send you pictures if it happens.
Just make sure you're dressed.
Oh, I know you. Anyway, so
But
yeah, the ring. Stop it. We're
sorry.
body positive.
Yeah, well,
I
I'm
celebrate
positive
you
about.
and that picture of you on the turtle. So
Yeah, but that's you know that was me in a different time period.
that's true. Anyway, so the Rings of Power. Yeah, so finished that last episode. Episode 8 came out, and watched that last night. And it was actually episode 8 was good. It was good. It had action, it had adventure, it
Of
had
course, it's the last one of
meaning.
the season.
And see, that's what I get so irritated with these shows, is that they lay there for like 6 of the 8 episodes, and then the last 1 or 2 episodes, they jam pack all this stuff into it that makes you like, okay, now I want to see what happened with this. And by the time the next season comes out, it's just gonna be another 6 episodes of just laying there. So anyway, and then I watched The Penguin on Max, and it was hmm, well, it's a mob episode. That's all I can say about it. I mean, it's got
You
so basically, yeah, it's just a mob story at this point, and the the actors are great. I mean, they do really well with the cinematography. They pick it up basically from the end of the last, Batman movie where the Riddler or whoever it was, I can't keep track anymore. The Joker, I think it was, actually destroyed, blew up the city, and then it flooded and all that stuff. So anyway, it's good. If you're into mob shows, you will like this. If you're into the Joker universe, the way that they're doing it now, where there's really not that many people that have superpowers and Batman isn't around, you'll love it. So anyway, then I watched some episodes of The Good Witch. That's I haven't gotten into Halloween movies or anything yet, so I've been watching that. It's been nice. It's very calming. And then I watched a movie called Birder, Birder. It's on Deku, Dekkoo, which is available on Max. You can get a free weekend or a free week of it as a trial if you want. It's basically the oh shit, TLA movies, the gay releasing, TLA releasing, that type of stuff. It's all those types of movies where it's very gay focused and very a lot of it is like nudity and independent films and stuff that you're like, oh God, why did I waste any time watching that? So Burger is basically about this guy that is supposed to be like really super attractive, and he ends up being at this campground with these people that are mostly gays and then a few women, and nudity is an option, and most of them are naked through the whole thing. There's a few prosthetics for uh hard-ons. There's a fair bit of sex in it. There's some cuteness and stuff like that in it, but it is basically about this guy who has sex with these people, and as he's having sex with them, he basically strangles them, and kills them, and then puts their body in like a trash thing. So, um, yeah, and then at the end, well, I won't give away the ending for anyone that wants to watch it. Why you want to watch it, not totally sure. But he definitely gets his comeuppance, shall we say.
well, I'll tell you that was a good sell.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where like,
That was sarcasm.
yeah, if you like it, you're gonna like it, but
Oh God, stop,
yeah.
stop. Yeah,
Eh,
yeah, being
It's like
namby-pamby
you and
doesn't.
Lord. It's like you and the Rings of Power. It's like,
No, I just don't watch it.
yeah. Well, I watched this. I took one for the team. So anyway, all right. Well, let's get into. Am I? Did I do something wrong? Is it me?
It's you.
Yeah, I know. It's always me. So I've been Agatha all along. I invited my friend Mary to join our group of friends at a Halloween-themed amusement park event. Mary asked if she could bring her 2 children, a 5-year-old boy and an 18-month-old girl. My friends and I told her that's not a good idea. The park attractions are very scary, and it's going to run until midnight. Well, Mary seemed to accept this until she showed up with them anyway. Her son became scared shortly after entering the park, and when we got in line for the haunted house, he started crying and he didn't want to go in. Mary asked me to stand outside and watch the kids so she could enjoy the house, but I refused, reminding her that the reason we advised her not to bring them because it was scary. So she brought them in the house with us, and her son had a massive meltdown and had to be carried out. This repeated on every house. Her son had multiple meltdowns, and my boyfriend and I eventually tried to separate ourselves to get a break. When Mary saw us alone, she left her kids with us without even asking while she went on a ride. And her son saw a guy chasing people with a chainsaw and freaked out. I was trying to calm him down when the mother finally got back. And it was around midnight, and we all went to a diner afterward where her children cried through most of the dinner. And Mary made no effort to calm them. I lost my temper and told Mary that she's not going to be invited to anything anymore if she can't follow the group rules. Well, Mary blocked me, and while my friends agreed with me, they thought I could have kept my thoughts to myself. Now I wonder if I was wrong.
You're not wrong.
No,
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 if
I'm
Mary,
sorry.
if good, let her block you. You don't need her.
Yeah.
She's a bitch for doing that, and it was cruel to the kids.
Any idiot who takes their 5-year-old and their 18-month-old to an adult horror theme park is
I mean, first of all,
yeah,
you know that 18-month
stupid.
old is in a chair, a stroller.
Stroller.
So you're stuck with a stroller. So somebody's always not going to be able to go on a ride.
Right.
So
I'm
yeah,
surprised that a place like that even let them in. Like the
uh,
kids in. Sometimes they have like you have to be at a certain age or something.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's beside the point. The point is that Mary was a stupid fucking bitch for taking her kid to that.
Yeah. That is fucking traumatizing to a kid. I mean, I still remember being traumatized over the freaking shooting water into the clown's mouth to blow up the balloon things at the fair, let alone something like that. Anyway, no, you're not wrong. All right. Hey, Chubs. Timothy wants to know, realistically, how much money do you need in your bank account to feel wealthy?
Feel wealthy?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know about wealthy, but I feel real comfortable um, with bills and stuff. If I got, good 10 grand in the bank,
Yeah.
a nice float.
Mm. Yeah. I think to feel wealthy, I would say probably about a mil.
No, you're talking bank account, not
How much
investments.
money do you need in your bank account to feel wealthy?
Okay.
I was looking at
Well,
wealthy like,
well,
oh, I'm wealthy.
if
I
you're
was,
gonna leave $1 million in your bank account, then you're wasting a lot of money that you could be making off that cash.
well, anyway, saying, but if you're saying just comfortable, anything over what I have now, yeah,
Okay.
a good 100 grand would be, hey, I'm good. So we'll see. Hey, Chubbs, as a kid, did you ever try to run away from home?
No.
Yeah. Well, I sure did when I was about 4. I had all my stuff packed in brown paper bags, like probably 6 of them, and I was trying to carry them down the road. And I told my mom I was running away, and she's like, "Okay, be safe."
Miss you. Bye.
Yeah. So yeah, didn't
Yeah,
work
she
well.
she missed her chance to get in the car and drive the other direction.
Huh, yeah. Anyway, hey Chubbs, Timothy wants to know what is the one genre of music you just can't stand?
Well, that's hard because I like elements of most music. I don't like angry rap,
Mhm.
but I like rap. It's just when it was always when there was a point in the '90s where it was just it's like, God, this is terrible. You beating up girlfriends and pulling a gun on somebody. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, that's not my kind of thing. And I don't like. I'm not a big fan of. I can deal with a little polka music,
Oh,
but too long is way too long. Uh, so
mhm.
only but most music I like a lot. I don't like acid rock either, where I don't know what the words are, where it's just screaming. Yeah, that bothers me too.
Oh.
So I guess it's extremes, certain extremes, but genre not. There's no real genre for me.
Yeah, same for me. The main thing with me is music that it doesn't have some sort of melody that can be followed along is not real good for me. I don't really care for it. But I think the music that annoys me the most is probably like religious dirge type music, the where the because I like I mean I can listen to Oh Holy Night and be all like, oh, it's so beautiful. But when you have like a church full of people sitting there, Jesus, I'm just like, oh my God, somebody did something to these people. It's not
Oh my God, you're
I
so
like now
anti-religion. Oh.
gospel, well, a little bit, girl. But now gospel music, when they start really going, I mean, I could watch Sister Act all day long. So yeah, I don't, it's not really the religion, but oh my God, just slow ass music, bringing in the sheaves. All right. Timothy, thank you so much for those wonderful, wonderful questions. Hey, what's in your lunchbox? Well, Mr. Moose wrote in and said, oh, I had fast food chicken, quarter white with a side of dirty rice and a biscuit. Hubby had to get something quick to get back to football.
What
Nap time
was
for
what?
me.
What was it? Where did you get this? I need to have that chicken.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that is like really, really
This reminds me of the chicken from
starts with a B.
it was in New Orleans,
Hmm.
and they have these places on. Well, this is what I'm not sure it's the same place, but anyway, on almost every corner there's a chicken place,
Mm.
this kind of chicken, it's like somebody's name, somebody famous, so and so's famous chicken or whatever. Oh my God, I could have eaten it at every meal. It was so good, and this looks a lot like it.
It does look
Yeah.
really good. I have not had a good like good fried chicken in quite some time. I mean, the Winco's is okay. KFC these days is okay. I want some good chicken. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Moose, for that. And remember that Golden Rule Services want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. PrEP is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, visit sacgrs.org and find Tom's other podcast at swannerandjudd.com. Find my other projects at justkisstheguy.com. Find all our links at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild. And well, give us a call at,
408-69 Chubs.
and thank you to everybody who has been texting us as well, Mr. Moose. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We wish you a wonderful week, and we will talk to you, well, next Monday. All right. Bye.
Bye.
A network of inclusion.
UnivazPods.net.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network.
This has been a For Fuck's Sake production.